Man, this video is a little bit different, and this is the Keith Raider football channel, but I need to get this one off my chest. Like, I've seen too many players come out and kind of like talk about how certain GMs, certain owners, certain coaches hold back the teams of your favorite team, whether it's basketball, football. I would say other sports, but I've only heard it specifically from football and basketball players. It maybe happens in baseball. It maybe happens in soccer, but I'm not tuned in enough to really have like a take on these other sports. But man, what's up with these organizations and GMs and coaches that hold back their teams? Like, why do they it feel like some of these teams just put the effort out there to just be trash? Like, it's a question that's so mind-boggling that it really just make me question sports as a whole. And I don't want to say it's rigged, but when you got, I just seen a video where Dez Bryant was talking about how like his contract year, they decided to play him on like they didn't want to throw him the ball, and then once they seen him doing good, they stopped throwing him the ball. Like, stuff like that is the reason why some teams are trash and why some teams are good, because some teams, they're not afraid to pay their players. And this is something that I'm gonna bring up again, because it seems like it seems like only like 5 teams understand it. Like, or maybe it's like, rigged, or maybe it's rigged. I don't want to say that, you know what I'm saying, with no proof, but it just make me feel just a little bit more assertive that it might just be rigged, and that's it. Like, and I get it. Like, the NFL is a money-making machine. The NBA is a money-making machine. But when do us as fans just ask for more from our organizations? Like, if you see, like, you're a part of an organization that hasn't won a championship in 60 years or something crazy like that, like, bro, it's like, you got 3 generations of people that never seen a team win, and that's crazy. Like, but we still, those same teams still got good fan bases, loyal fan bases, but they just can't figure it out. Like, as fans, like, when do we hold these teams accountable and just stop paying for the team? Like, for me, for instance, like, I'm a Raiders fan, right? But since the Raiders don't seem like they like winning, I don't put money into the Raiders. Like, I love the Raiders, but I'm not gonna put money into a team that just never seems to care about the fans. Like, they say they care about the fans, but you know how you show you care about the fans? You get into the playoffs. You win a Super Bowl. You go to the second round in the playoffs. Like, this is how you show a fan that you actually care about them, outside of, I don't know, maybe like other things. Like, it's other things they could show that they care, but it's just a one-sided relationship. Like, I'm I'm just getting abused and I'm supposed to just love it. Like, that's some sadistic ass shit. Like, and I wasn't even supposed to be cussing on this, but that's sadistic. Like, I supposed to just love that the fact that y'all lose it and just like take it on the chin. Like that's crazy. I'm still a fan, but it like when do we, as a fan, just want more for ourselves? I'm not saying trade your team, but at least like let's get into the owners' ass. Let's get into the GM's ass. Like it ain't got to be the first year or whatever, but you know the GM been around 3-4 years, and you don't see no steps forward. Like, come on, you gotta be, you gotta start saying something. You gotta stop, spending your money. Like, we just gonna keep throwing our money into this black hole, and that's crazy. That's a pun for the Raiders. We just gonna keep throwing this money into this black hole. It starts to get ridiculous when you don't see anything positive coming from the team you support. Luckily, I'm also a Warriors fan, and the Warriors, they at the very least they've won over the past 10 years. Over the past 10 years, they've had a lot of success. Probably the most success out of any other team. So, the Warriors, they solid in my book. You know what I'm saying? The A's is another team that get on my nerves with it. But once you start looking around the league, right, in these leagues, it's franchises that I've never seen win at a high level. Like the fact that we just got the Knicks in Indiana and they was running it up. Like, I was born in 96, so I didn't get to see Reggie Miller going crazy with Indiana, and I didn't get to see the Knicks doing their thing. Like, that was my first time really seeing the Knicks in Indiana at the same time being a good team. I mean, I was around for Amari Stoudemire and Melo, but shoot, if I was a Knicks fan, I would be hot. I would be hot. Like, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, before Curry came to the Warriors, right? I was desperate. It was to the point like I'm not really I'm more of a NFL fan versus the NBA. So even though the Warriors was always my team, I was just more of like a players fan with the NBA. So it was like, okay, all right, my Warriors ass. I love my Warriors. But, the Heat, look at the Heat. They had LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, and I was a LeBron fan. I'm still a LeBron fan. I ain't going to say I'm not. But you get what I'm saying? Like, I had to go to another team and kind of like be like, I'm not the Heat. I'm not a Heat fan. I'm a LeBron fan. Like, I had to flip it so, as an excuse for my team being trash. And that was around the time when the Warriors was winning 10, 15, 20 games. Like when Curry and Monte Ellis was together, they wasn't winning they wasn't winning a lot of games like that. Curry was getting hurt, his ankle was getting messed up, all types of stuff. So it really was tough being a Warriors fan. I mean, when you look at the history, we did have Wilt Chamberlain, but who counting that? Like, who counting that? Like, that was way before our time. You know what I'm saying? We did have Chris Webber. We had Chris Mullin in them. But then again, I wasn't around during the Chris Mullin time. And then I was able to see the We Believe Warriors, which was a special team. But somehow Derek Fisher and the Utah Jazz knocked us out. So it just begged the question, like, as a fan, when do we start to value ourselves when the product of whatever team we like is not up to par. Not saying you got to give up on your team. Don't give up on your team, because I'm definitely a person who, like, you know, with the NFL, it's Raiders or nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Raiders trash, then we just trash. But I'm not gonna support them how they want me to, because hey, that's my way of what's the word? That's kind of like my way to rebel. That's kind of like my way to show that hey, nah, bro, we not going for this. Like, it's people who going to every game every year, barely loving on their kids, barely, like, you know what I'm saying, barely getting by, like, because you spending your money on a fucking franchise that don't care about you. And they show it by not even attempting to keep valuable assets. They constantly getting rid of certain people. And that's not just for the Raiders. That's for a lot of other teams. I can name a lot of other teams that's doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just the Raiders. So this is not just a kick the Raiders down video or like monologue, because it's not. This is like for NBA teams, shit, WNBA teams, soccer teams, baseball teams, whatever. Like, when do we hold ourselves up to a certain standard? Because, like, dog, like, it's to the point, like, I'm like, bro, hire me. Let me be a GM somewhere. Shit, let me collect a check. Because that's what it seems like some of these GMs are doing. Some of these scouts, like, you might as well just start, some of you teams throughout some of these sports, hire some people who at the very least, they care about your organization. At the very least, they care about it. You know what I'm saying? It's people on YouTube who have dedicated 5, 7, 8 years of content creation around certain teams, and they barely even getting paid for it. But at the very least, they care. Some of these dudes, like, it's really funny. Like, it's really funny. I really want to look up the teams that just haven't done anything in the past. You know, I've been around 29 years. In the past 29 years, it'd be crazy. And so, like, yeah, man, as a fan, bro, we got to do better, because it's not just in one sport. I heard Jeff Teague even say, like, you know, when he was on a couple of teams, they telling the veterans like this, the ones that could have did something on the team, like, look, we get who you are, blah, 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 blah. You ain't getting more than 13 minutes. Like, that's a losing recipe. Like, you would think that every year a team is trying to win, and that's not the case. It's to the point that these teams are like money laundering operations. Like, they like, all right, you get an NFL team, this is a bank. You get an NBA team, this is a bank. You get a baseball team, this is a bank. Like, yo, bro, like, shoot, man, like, it don't even make no sense. It don't. And so, yeah, man, when do we start to respect ourselves enough to say, like, you know what? I'm not buying nothing else from y'all until y'all show me something. Show me some type of promise. At least win half your games. At least, you know what I'm saying? Keep your assets. Like, it's not that hard. Like, Like it's not that. I mean, if a person get hurt, that's another thing. But it's not that hard to when you get talent, keep it, and maybe like finding it is hard. But once you got it shouldn't be that hard to keep your talent. But you know, when you want to play these little games, you cut the minutes of your talent. Your most talented players, you be like, all right, I want to play you. Instead of making you a starter, I'm gonna give you 10 minutes per game. Instead of throwing you the ball because it's your contract year, we're gonna give you 2 to 3 passes a game. Like that's not winning ball, bro. Under no circumstances. And it's crazy because that's literally what some of these teams are doing. Pay attention when it's a person who, let's just say it's like a running back or like a certain type of player that they want to pay a defensive end for the Cowboys. Just look how they play ball towards certain players when it's their contract time. And it's crazy though, the whole time, right? The player would be there on time. You don't have nothing bad to say about this player, nothing like that. But when it's time to pay them, they make it a big issue. You love when they production is top tier, when they production is top 5, top 10 production, but when it's time to pay them, you get all squirmish and stuff. And it's like, hey, you can't do that. Especially you a billionaire. It ain't like y'all starving or anything like that. And I understand you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, right? But let's not act like that's what you're doing, because you're not. A lot of these teams put a lot of money in other places, and you see how it didn't really pay off because that person wasn't even a top 10 nothing in a situation. But when it comes to other players, it's like, nah, man, we can't do it. We can't risk it. Like, just pay attention to that. I'm telling you, just pay attention to it. It start just it just make you question, like, are these associations rigged? Are they money laundering machines? Like, is it real? And if it's not, you know, we probably shouldn't even be watching this stuff in the first place if it's not. But if it is, it's like we can't take the team's word for anything. Like, it's not worth nothing. They say, oh man, in camp everybody look good. You get into the season, your team win 20 games. Your team, that's basketball. In football, your team win 5 games for that season. It's like, man, just gave us fake hype. I know you ain't gonna say, oh yeah, it's looking bad. You're not gonna say that, but I ain't gonna lie. Some of us fans gotta get a little more. We gotta get a little more advanced. Like, we can't let these things keep happening, and then you get overly excited, and then by time middle of the season you just depressed. Like, we can't just keep letting that happen. So Mark Davis said he got to smarten up. So, like, for me, I don't even take half of the stuff that I hear coming out of these camps and stuff serious. Like, I don't. I gotta see what's happening in these games for me to be like, okay, blah, blah, blah. Like, even the preseason, I really don't even want to cover it because I see that it's just so much that don't, like, it's so much stuff that's out of place. Like, you got vanilla plays. You got a lot of starters not in position. You got people trying to prove they spots and stuff in the third, fourth string. So it's just stuff that you just can't really take serious, right? Yeah, man. I really think that yeah, we gotta get better, man. We gotta get better. We gotta stop. We gotta know our value to the team. People like, just go to another team. Like, those people are 100% indoctrinated and slave minded. I wish we could wake them up, because we quite literally pay the NFL's bills. We pay the NBA's bills. We pay MLB's bills. If we don't pay, the players and the GMs and stuff like that don't get paid. So value yourself a little more. Show that you have value. Stop letting these teams do you like this. You know what I'm saying? Wake up. Wake up. Shit. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about it, man. I'm out of here, man. Keith Rader gone.